JJ, how would you put into your words what happened with this game, with blowing the lead and then ultimately with the Celtics winning?
It's a long game. It's a game of runs. We were playing really well. Had a big lead, but there was still 31 minutes left to play, or whatever it was when we were up by 20. I think they hurt us in transition tonight. They're not really a running team necessarily. They played a little faster, and when they could, they got out in transition and converted. But otherwise, just a hard-fought basketball game.
What do you do to regroup?
What happened to the poise that you guys needed to kind of stop the bleeding?
It was just, there were maybe a couple bad possessions, but, sometimes during those runs, your missed shots, even if they're good ones, get amplified a little bit.
What do you need to do collectively in this room to regroup?
We'll be fine.
What happened in transition? It seemed like you guys had like one or two guys back on.
Yeah, we send two almost every time, and Ben has the option to go. Sometimes if there's a corner three, especially, the offense can be a little flat. I know that happened a couple times, but a lot of it was unacceptable. Whether it was off long rebounds or turnovers, we clearly have to do better in that area.
When you say you guys will be fine, what do you have to do to be fine in the series?
We have to win game 3.
How do you do that?
Score more points.
JJ,
if I had the answer to that, I'd be a genius.
You're over here kind of shaking your head at your locker. What are you thinking? Are there certain plays that you're kind of thinking of that you'd like you guys to back?
You're upset. You're upset because you built a lead, you gave it up, you got it back, and you weren't able to ultimately finish the game the way you wanted.
You're a veteran, obviously a respected voice. What do you share with and say to Ben Simmons after a rough game?
Ben is very mature. He's very poised. I know he'll bring it on Saturday. I have no doubt. I'll encourage him like I always do, but there's nothing that I need to say. He brings it night in and night out. It wasn't his best night, but it'll be fine.
I felt like in the half court, in the first quarter, it was one of your best defensive quarters. The quality of shots you were getting.
Yeah, well, I think in the half court in general, we were pretty good. There was a couple breakdowns with like into shot clock stuff in that second half, but really it was transition when they let them back in the game, and then it was transition again once we regained the lead. Kind of regained and ultimately, won the game off that kind of run after we got, I think it was like 91, 88 or 93, 91, whatever it was, where we had that lead in the fourth.
Thanks, JJ.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.